Hello! So today I'm going to be building my first ever gaming PC and I'm super excited and I've never done this before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, it's going to be great! Okay, so here are all of our specs. I really didn't know what to get, so my friends were really kind and supportive and they helped me pick out all my parts. I'll have my specs in the description and labeled in this video because I know if I'll say them, I'll probably get it wrong and that's kind of a yikes, and yeah, but building this PC was definitely one of the most difficult things I've ever done, but also for sure one of the most rewarding. I'm super glad I did it, but would I do it again? Not anytime soon, but maybe in a few years, you know, we'll see. Now it's time to unbox everything, and as you can see, this is my first struggle of many. But we keep going, we're just here to have a good time and learn, right? I finally figured out how to get this thing off, and look how satisfying this is. Here's our motherboard, and while I was taking everything out, oh my gosh, I was so scared to like mess anything up or like accidentally shake things too hard. So my fingers were like shaking the whole time. Taking my CPU out, I did a really bad thing and I had no idea that I think I just got so excited to like do everything and unbox that this happened. Moving on, I'm just unboxing everything else now, and let me tell you, it is so important to keep everything you're doing organized because there are so many little pieces that get mixed up and it gets really confusing if you don't organize. I don't know how I can emphasize this enough, but keep it tidy. Also, figure out what you do need and what you don't need because there's a lot of cables for my PSU that I didn't even end up using, so try to figure out that just to make more space on your desk or wherever you're building. Now here's the grand reveal! Here's my GPU! I never thought in my life I would think computer parts are pretty, but I was wrong. Look at this beauty! Oh, by the way, in a lot of these boxes that I'm opening, there's a lot of stuff in the box that I don't show, like little goodies like stickers and such, which is, yeah, it's pretty cool. Here's my Razer Huntsman keyboard, which was recommended by a lot of friends of mine as well, and my monitor, it's a 23.6-inch curved monitor by HKC, and no surprise here, my monitor was the easiest thing to put together by far. Here we go with the actual PC building. I was terrified for my life to mess this up, okay? But when that chip just slipped in effortlessly, I felt like I was on top of the world. And if you notice, there are some things you actually have to press down on with some force when building this. And I had such a hard time doing this because I didn't want to break anything. Putting in the SSD was also pretty easy, as you can see. Then we just slapped that motherboard in the case, and I also screwed in the motherboard, and then I went on ahead and covered up the SSD. I also goofed and put the RAM in the wrong place at first, so for best performance, we put the RAM in slots 2 and 4. Putting in the CPU cooler was kind of tricky because I didn't know which orientation it should go in, but I eventually figured it out. And there's also clamps and a lock on the side of the cooler that should hold it in. Then you gotta connect the fan header to the motherboard and voila! Now, unfortunately, my cinematographer, aka my dad, fell asleep, so I kind of had no choice but to film the rest on a time-lapse because it's kind of hard to build this thing with one hand. So I pretty much just popped in the PSU, the GPU, and the hard drive, did some cable management, and attached all wires that needed to be attached. Now, I'm not educated enough to teach people or help people build their PCs, okay? This is just my experience. And I couldn't have done it without my dear friend Taku walking me through the whole thing. Here's us on Discord building this thing. And here's the finished product! Woo! I took this video the next morning because it was pretty late when I finished the PC and I wanted my fam to be there with me when we booted it up for the first time. Really one of the proudest moments of my life, and my parents couldn't believe it actually worked. We got it to work! Yay! My first ever PC build. I'm so happy. Probably gonna have to do a bit more cable management, but yep. I think it looks good. Woohoo!